What is the worst part of social anxiety? For this Redditor, the worst part of having social anxiety is having an extremely rich internal monologue and no ability to express it. I felt this so much thinking about when I was younger struggling with social anxiety. The amount of people who are held back because of social anxiety from being able to express and show their true selves is enormous. There are so many smart, hilarious, or deep-thinking people that we never get to see that side of them because they struggle with social anxiety. Are you one of these people? This Redditor is. Yeah, I feel like if I were able to be myself anywhere I go, I could have been a hilarious comedian, easily giving people a good time. But I don't want people to see the real me. I don't think I even know what all of my coping mechanisms are at this point. They're all just coping instincts subconsciously used as default as I slug through life avoiding connections. Maybe this feels like you. Join me and learn how you can access that full self and learn how to express that full self to everyone around you. What is social anxiety holding you back from expressing? Maybe it's showcasing how funny you are even though nobody actually even knows it. Or maybe it's answering the questions in class that you know the answer to, but you're too fearful to raise your hand and answer the question due to fear of judgment from others. Share with me and everybody else in the comments what social anxiety is holding you back from expressing. So what can you start doing to start expressing the real you? This Redditor posted an absolute gem answering that very question. What helps is just accepting who you are and learning to love yourself. I think we've all been there, hating ourselves, beating ourselves up, or becoming depressed because we can't obtain this fantasy version of ourselves. Yup. Those people who you think are super outgoing and have lots of friends, or a SO, whatever that is, they have problems and struggles too. I embrace who I am. I don't hide my anxiety, which feels more freeing because then I feel less anxious if I'm not trying so hard to hide it. And it's just something you gotta accept. I'm sure you're awesome in many ways, but don't see it at all. I used to think people hated me or just thought I was weird or didn't like my company. Turns out a lot of people like my presence and say I'm funny or fun to talk to. I'm a great listener, and I'd assume many people here are also great listeners. I love this guy. He's so right that many others may be able to see how awesome you are even though you can't see it at all. So here's a challenge for you. Go ask your very best friend. This could be a friend from your school or work or even someone in your family. No shame in that, by the way. My best friend is my brother. And ask them to text you what they think your 5 strengths are. I say text because you probably don't want to put them on the spot, ask them in person. This also gives them time to give you a really good and thoughtful response. And if you feel uncomfortable asking your best friend about this, maybe just say, this is part of an assignment for a class. Or you could even say something like, tell me what you think my 5 best strengths are, and I'll tell you what your 5 strengths are in return. I actually did this myself about 6 years ago with one of my old friends and my brother, and asked them what my 5 strengths were, and they both told me things that I wouldn't have thought of. But after reading it, it gave me awareness to that, and I actually agreed with them. This can give you a little spark of confidence. And maybe you've experienced a little spark of confidence before, kind of like what this Redditor says here. I understand this so much, and I feel like on some rare occasions I'm too tired and let the mask slip and end up really enjoying myself and just being fun and entertaining, but will quickly retreat back to my defensive shell again. It's a freaking struggle to unlearn all these hidden mechanisms. I found this particularly interesting because it made me think back to times when this was true for me. I can remember moments when I was, my full conscious Kyle, just being goofy, talking to people, making people laugh. But that was less than 1% of the time, probably. Have you ever had moments like this? Do you know why you were able to express your true self in these moments? I encourage you to start thinking about that. For me, it seemed to be during times when I had really positive environment changes. For example, I can remember making my entire 4th grade class roll on the floor laughing during a field trip from me just making jokes and talking to people. Now, if you could figure out what it was that triggered you to be your full self in front of those people like you usually can't, start to reverse engineer that experience. How can you create the feeling, the experience, that environment more frequently to allow yourself to feel more comfortable and be the real you? This brings me to another interesting Reddit comment which says, "My therapist pointed this out to me. Over the phone, I would really struggle, but my emails to her were really well written. I wish I could translate my thoughts into words the way I can while typing." This is pretty common for most people, socially anxious or not. If this is you, start practicing phone calls with some notes beforehand. Now, I'm not saying you have to fill up a whole notebook or anything, but just writing down maybe 3 key bullet points that you want to cover in the call. This will help provide some ease to yourself and make you feel more comfortable during the call. Being prepared for phone calls, situations, meetings, etc. can be really helpful to help decrease the anxiety during these things. Which leads me to this next comment on how to prepare your mind. I recommend mindfulness. Proper mindfulness can be great for training yourself to engage less with that internal monologue. What I'm finding, at least, is that the less I engage more with the deep trains of thoughts in my head, the more I spontaneously say the kind of thing I used to only be able to think. It's taking time and patience though. Yes! The more you can get outside of your mind of those, anxious thoughts that are filled up in there, the more you can naturally be yourself. This person is right though. This doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to train your brain. I once read a study that said you don't reach the full benefits of meditation until you've meditated consistently for 8 weeks. Now, that's not to deter you from trying meditation, but that's just to show you that feeling that you may feel after meditating, let's say for a week straight, that feeling is only going to become greater after doing it for even longer, and you can express even more benefit than what you felt after just that 1 week. Before I did the mindfulness I'm doing now, mindful techniques were presented to me as a way to immediately alleviate feelings of anxiety, which was a bunch of frustrating BS. But seeing it as it gradually training myself to be able to choose to pay more attention to the external world than the thoughts that come up has been a better approach for me. Seriously, meditating consistently will start to alter how your brain processes things on a day-to-day basis. It's almost kind of hard to explain, but it just gives you an ease about yourself and allows you to feel more present with you and what you're doing right now in the moment. Not what so-and-so is thinking about you or worrying about that meeting or that speech you have to give in the next class. It can literally change your life. And I know for me, it had a huge impact on my day-to-day life. I want to leave you with this. You may not realize this yet, but you are amazing and unique in your own way. Not everybody's going to like it, but you're going to start attracting those people who do, and you'll be able to fully express with them your true you. Number 2, start practicing self-love. There are tons of ways to practice self-love, but I want to share with you one way that is honestly my favorite way and what I believe to be the most impactful way to increase your self-love. So I'll get up, I'll go grab my speaker, I'll go walk in the bathroom, I set it on the sink, and I play some music. And while I play that music, I stare into my mirror, I look into my eyes, and I speak positive self-affirmations via I am statements. And I say it with emotion. Now I don't have a mirror with me, but it looks similar to like this. I am amazing. I am confident. I am a beast. I am killing it in this TEDx right now. And lastly, try meditation. Do something different. The biggest thing I hear from people mostly is, I can't meditate because my brain doesn't work that way, or I can't meditate because I have ADHD. If you haven't even tried it, then I don't believe it. Do it every day for a week, and then come back to me and tell me how it went. It may not work for you, but why are you fooling yourself to believe that you know for sure meditation won't work for you? For all you know, this could be a complete game changer for you. Let that excite you, because it should. You have the opportunity, the possibility, the potential to change your life based on spending 5 to 10 minutes meditating in the morning or at night or whatever. Try it out. Thank you all for watching, and please subscribe to my channel, and please give a like on this video. That helps me so much push this message out to so many other people, as my mission is to help 1 million teens go from socially anxious to socially confident. And I want you all to be a part of that, and how you can do so is to share this message. I will see you all next week. Peace.